Hello children, we are in the third chapter, Atoms and Molecules. In the previous video, we learnt about Dalton's atomic theory and introduction of atoms. Okay, we learnt about size of atoms, that atoms are very small. Today in this video, we will learn about symbols of element and mass of atom. Okay, that is atomic mass. So let us start with the first one. Modern day symbols of atoms of different elements. Now there are 118 elements around us. So it is difficult to learn and remember the names of the element. Okay, so every element is represented by a unique symbol. Now what is the meaning of symbol? Symbol is a thing. Okay, so this thing can be a sketch or letter. Okay, so a symbol is a thing which represents or stands for something. It can be in the form of letter or sketch. Okay, now when I say symbol of elements, it means that the symbols of the atoms of the element. Okay, because we know elements are made up of atom. So when we say symbol of elements, it means that it is symbol of atoms. Okay, now John Dalton was the first scientist to use this symbol for elements. Now Dalton knew that elements are made up of same kind of atoms. Okay, and he knew that atoms are spherical. So he represented every element by circle. Now these you can see in the picture. Okay, these symbols are given by John Dalton. Okay, so for hydrogen, the symbol is a circle and a dot inside. For carbon, the symbol is circle and it is shaded. For oxygen, it is circle and it is blank. And I can see for copper, it is circle and alphabet C is written inside. Okay, so these are the symbols given by John Dalton. But these symbols are difficult to draw and understand. Okay, and it is inconvenient to use. So Dalton's symbol are of only historical importance. It is not used at all. Then it was J.J. Berzelius of Sweden who proposed the idea that symbol of elements should be first letter or the first letter and another letter of the name of an element. Okay, so J.J. Berzelius suggested that the symbol should be either the first letter or first letter followed by second or third letter. Let us look at some example. Hydrogen. The symbol for hydrogen is H. So over here they have used the first letter of the name. Now remember, when you're writing this symbol, the first letter is always capital. Next, oxygen. The symbol is O. So again, it is taken from the first letter of the name. Carbon. Symbol is C. It is taken from the first letter of the name. Now calcium. The symbol is not C. It is Ca. Why? Because C is already taken by carbon. So we cannot use that over here. So for symbol, for calcium, the symbol is Ca. That is first and the second letter of the name. Chlorine. It is Cl. First and the third letter. Now remember, When you're writing this symbol, the first letter is always capital and the second letter is always small. Now, whatever names you have heard, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, chlorine, copper, these are all, the symbols are taken from their English name. When you look at copper, the symbol is Cu. But in copper, we don't have U. So where is this U coming from? Okay. So for symbol, the letters are taken from its Latin name. And the Latin name for copper is cuprum. So you can see cuprum, that is Cu, the first and the second letter. Sodium. Sodium symbol is Na. But in sodium we don't have N, neither A. So the symbol is taken from its Latin name, that is natrium. You can see the first and the second letter. So in this you can see these are the symbols of element which are derived from their Latin name. Gold. The symbol is Au. The Latin name is aurum. Lead. Symbol is Pb. The Latin name is plumbum. Okay. So these are the name symbols of elements which are derived from Latin name. Okay. So the point to remember, when you're writing symbol, the first letter is always capital and the second letter is always small. Okay. Nowadays, the name and symbol of all newly discovered elements are approved by an organization called IUPAC. IUPAC. The full form is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. Okay. So IUPAC is an organization which contains chemists from different countries as members, and these members give approval. They approve the name and the symbols. Okay. So I hope you have understood symbol of elements. Now we'll come to atomic mass, that is mass of atom. Okay, in the last video, like we have seen, atoms are very, very small. Okay, if atoms are small, do they have mass? That was a question asked. So if atoms are small, do they have mass? Yes, atoms do have mass. Okay, now this remarkable concept was given by John Dalton. Okay, and according to Dalton, every atom has a characteristics mass. Okay, but it was very difficult to find the mass of individual elements because atoms are very, very small. So for that reason, relative atomic masses of elements were found out. So what is this relative atomic mass? Okay, relative atomic mass means, okay, they take one element as standard element, and using the mass of this standard element, masses of other elements are compared and found out. Okay, so they choose one element as standard and they compare the masses of other elements with the standard element. Now, how do we calculate the mass of a single atom? Is it practically possible to do so? Let us see. Okay, now if we have, imagine we have two objects, object A and object B. The mass of object A is 12 kg. We don't know the mass of weight of object B. We have to find out. Okay, now what we will do, we have a weighing balance. Okay, so we will place object A and object B on the either side of the balance. So let us see what happens after placing them. you can see that it is clearly visible that object A is heavier than object B, right? So now what do we need? Okay, to find the weight of object B, we need something smaller. Okay, something smaller in weight to compare it. Now assume, okay, let us assume that we cut object A into 12 equal pieces. Okay, we cut object A into 12 equal pieces. Okay, so the weight of one piece will be equal to 1 kg, correct? The whole object A was 12 kg. If we cut it into 12 equal pieces, each piece will weigh 1 kg. Okay, now what we will do, we will take one piece. Okay, that is, can I say it's 1 by 12th piece? Okay, so we'll take 1 by 12th piece of object A and place it on the balance, and let us see what happens. So when you place one piece on the balance, you can see that the balance is in equilibrium. It is equal. So now can we tell the weight of object B? Yes. If the weight of object A is equal to 1 kg, then the weight of object B is also equal to 1 kilogram. So can I say mass of object B is 1/12 that of object A? Is it correct? Yes, it is correct, right? Mass of object B is 1/12 that of object A. Now, in the year 1961, carbon 12, okay, carbon 12 isotope was chosen as standard reference for measuring atomic masses. Okay, now thus an atom of carbon 12 is considered to be standard unit, and atomic mass is calculated with respect to it, 1 atomic mass unit. So what is the meaning of 1 atomic mass unit? 1 atomic mass unit is defined as the mass unit exactly equal to 1 by 12th of the mass of carbon 12. Okay, so 1 atomic mass is the mass unit which is equal to 1 by 12th of the mass of carbon 12. Okay, now imagine, okay, if we take one atom of carbon 12 and divide this into 12 equal pieces. We take one piece out from this complete set. Okay, so can we say the mass of single piece is equal to 1 atomic mass unit? Correct? Okay, we took one atom of carbon 12 and divide it into 12 equal pieces. Okay, so can I say, and we take out one piece. So can I say the mass of one piece is equal to 1 atomic mass? Yes, because 1 atomic mass unit is exactly equal to 1 by 12th the mass of carbon 12. Okay, and this is how we calculate the atomic mass of any other atom. Now example, if we take helium, okay, take helium and place it on balance beam, okay, and you can see its atom of carbon 12 divided into 12 equal parts. Okay, now we have helium on one side of the balance. Now take 1 by 12th part, that is one piece from the carbon 12 and place it on the balance. You can see that clearly that it is not balancing, it is not equal. So take one more piece out. Okay, that is, take one more 1/12 piece out. So right now we have two pieces. Still the balance is not equal. Take again one more piece. That is, total 3 pieces are placed on one side of the balance. But still the balance is not equal. Now when we place the fourth piece on the balance, so you can see that the balance is equal now. Okay, the balance is equal now. So I can say that there are 4 pieces on the balance. So the atomic mass of this 4 pieces is 4 atomic mass unit, right? So I can say that the mass of helium is equal to 4 atomic mass unit. Okay, it means when you place 4 parts of carbon 12, we get the mass of helium. That is, helium is equal to 4 atomic mass unit. Okay, now atomic mass unit, it is abbreviated as AMU, but now due to IUPAC's recommendation, it is now called as U, that is unified mass. Okay. Children, I hope you have understood whatever we have learned today. So we finished atomic mass unit and symbols of element. Thank you.